Welcome to Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie, a Planting Positive Seeds podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie. And I'm so excited on tonight. We have an amazing guest for you. I'm so happy that each and every Monday at 7:30 Eastern and 6:30 Central, I get to bring you a guest who comes in and help to plant positive seeds in your life and also mine as well. I love the way that God always connects me with others who are doing great and amazing things all around the world. And so on tonight, I have Miss Patricia. She's coming in. She's a registered nurse. She's a blogger. She's a motivational speaker, an author, and a founder of Go Patty LLC. And so I'm going to bring her in and let her tell us more about herself. So welcome to the platform, Miss Patty. Come on in and welcome again to Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, Donna.
You're so welcome. I'm honored. I want to hear all about, you and what you have going on about your company. And I'm just always glad, to have the guests to come in and encourage us all.
Yes, so thank you for the introduction. So I'm the founder of Go Patty, which is a movement to inspire, motivate, and empower others to work on personal development, to overcome your fears, your pain, your insecurity, so that you can become your best self, to always work on personal development, and we have to have fun in between.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that is so awesome and amazing. I'm a personal development coach as well. Yay, being a registered nurse. My sister, she's a registered nurse, and I'm always calling and checking on her. So thanks for everything that you do. As a registered nurse, helping others, and then as a, motivational speaker and an author, and having your own company. And so it's so great that you said we got to have that personal development, but we have to have fun. And so in the last couple of, weeks and stuff, I've been really making sure that I have, fun in between, but we'll talk about that. But thank you again. And congratulations on Go Patty. So I would love to hear more about what inspires you to do what you do.
I'm the kind of person who I'm so different from my environment, from my family, from old friends, from my church members. And when I created Go Patty, I think about me and what I needed in my journey. And that is the thing, because I'm very ambitious. I'm always looking like, what can I do next? And I love to encourage and inspire and to teach others who do the same thing and who want to become a registered nurse, who want to become an author, or whatever your dreams may be. I love to be your cheerleader. I'm very supportive, and I like to help others accomplish their goals.
Yes, listen, we seem like sisters from different mothers because, I love what you said, like even in the bio, when I introduced you, like you said, overcoming their fears, because I'm one that always helps people to overcome obstacles as well. Anything that is stopping them, from moving forward and helping them to get unstuck. And, my motto for my company, LaDonna Marie Books, is discover the champion in you, because we want to help them dig out those hidden talents and things on the inside. And also, dealing with that emotional wellness and stability, which is personal development, to help them get unstuck. And so I love that you said being that cheerleader, because that's how I felt. I actually was a cheerleader in high school and in college. In life, I love, doing that. And one of the key things that you said is you're being for them what you needed. And I can resonate for that, because that is the way that God started me on this journey, because I am an overcomer of suicide. I attempted to commit suicide at the age of 14. And so now moving forward from that time, God always, he said that as he healed me, the words that I wrote were going to help to heal others. But essentially for me, how I saw that was that I was healed. Let me go back and help others who need the same. And so when you said that, being their cheerleader, to help them overcome their fears and empower them and to help them, I could really resonate with that. And once again, saying congrats on the journey of just being open to say, yes, I'll do that. And so tell me a little bit more, I guess, about, when Go Patty was started.
Okay, well, because I told you that it's all about working through your fears and overcoming your fears. So I have a wonderful example. I am an introvert and my purpose is motivational speaking. So it's nothing on this planet that I would ever even have this interview comfortable. I'm not the person who wants the microphone. I want to be behind the scenes. So I had to, yes, we are sisters for real from another mother. First of all, you have to acknowledge your fear and say, I have this fear. I mean, it goes deep from my childhood. I remember I was never the student who would raise their hand, even if I knew the answer, because I didn't want the attention on me. And I did that all the way through college. Wow. So I said, but I always did what I had to do because I knew I wanted to pass my class. So whenever we had to do presentations in front of the class, I would do it. But when I tell you the nerves and the anxiety and just not feeling confident enough. So it's just like right now, I always want to help people. Like, you know what? You don't have to be perfect to get started. You can have purpose and not even feel comfortable doing it. But sometimes you don't have that confidence and you don't know that you are good enough, that you are worthy enough. But someone has to push it out of you. And God is the reason that I can say, I know that I have so much to share and give. And he called me to this and he anointed me for this. And so I said, I accept that. And I wanted to go and face my fear. So I joined Toastmasters, which is
I saw it.
Yes, to help speakers, to be public speakers and overcome your anxiety, which is a very common fear. Even I'm starting to realize that even extroverts have that fear of public speaking, which I find kind of odd. So once I joined Toastmasters, I did 10 speeches and I was so happy to get that confidence because out of 10, I won 5 best speakers awards. And, that boosts my confidence. I'm like, yes, okay. So what I do, I kind of trick myself. I said, okay, I'm scared out of my mind, but I always show up. I do the work. You have to commit to the work. So I committed to studying and preparing for my speech because one thing I learned is if you prepare, you will have more confidence. Even if you stutter or you stumble over your words, knowing that you have prepared and you've done all you can do gives you a little confidence. So my goal was, I said, I'm going to do these 10 speeches. And after that, I said, I'm going to plan because I'm like, have fun in between. I'm going to plan my dream vacation, which was to Paris and London. And that was a deal for me. So that shows you how big that fear was for me. But I looked at it, I said, I'm going to overcome this fear and then I'm going to reward myself. So that's what I did. I played these games with myself.
That is so awesome. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm so proud. I'm over here smiling because first off, I'm an introvert as well. And many people who know me, they be like, no, you're not. But you said it, correctly. I will show up to do what I'm supposed to do because I know that God chose me for this. I was sitting in my own room at 14 and he came to me saying, listen, this is what you're going to do. But although he did say that he had to heal me because I felt that I wasn't enough. I had heard it one time, but I tell you that it almost rung through my mind every time I got ready to do something that was very important. But I still push past a lot of stuff because I know that there's someone waiting on me to do what I have to do. And so a lot of people are like, you're an extrovert. And I was like, no, I'm an introvert with extrovert, tendencies. I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to flake on it, but I'm not going to tell you that my palms aren't sweaty every time I get ready to step up to, you know what I'm saying, to do something, or when my name is called as I'm walking to it, like my heart is going up and down, up and down. But once I get there, I was like, okay, here we go. And so I'm obedient to do what it is. I want to say that, you know, to any of the listeners that's out there, you hear Miss Patricia saying that she did 10 speeches, she studied, she prepared. And so whatever you want to do out there, make sure that you put your best foot forward. We're not trying to be perfect, but we're trying to make sure that we don't get stuck in doing some things, because you have everything that you need on the inside of you. It's just you have to push past that initial fear that makes you want to just stay in that silo and not to do it. And then what a big treat to take yourself to Paris and London as a reward. And that's amazing. I got a chance I won an award in Paris, but I didn't get a chance to go. I went to California because we had like a second award show. They had the first one in Paris, but they had the second one in California. So I got a chance to go to California. But I said to the Lord at that time in 2014, I said, Lord, if I ever get the opportunity and I win overseas or out of the country again, I'm going to go. And so the next time I was on a list in 2018 to win the Divas of Author International Authors Award, and it was in London. And I told one of my best girlfriends, I was like, listen, we going. I was like, I already feel like I'm a winner. I didn't have to have the official you're a winner to go, but I said in my heart I'm a winner because I'm from Mississippi, but I lived in Georgia at the time. And I said, I'm going over here just because, I've worked all my life for this and I was built for this. And so I went over to London, and lo and behold, I was sitting in the audience and they called my name. And I walked up to the stage, and I was just the 14-year-old inside of me was turning flips and cartwheels, and she was cheering and she was happy and she was patting as I was going to the stage. But that was just like a treat to me to say, job well done, because the 14-year-old me who was afraid, just writing and being obedient to help God with these books, was being rewarded for my diligence, was being rewarded for every step that I kept. So I can understand how you said you rewarded yourself for the hard work that you had done, because you worked it and you achieved those goals, and you didn't have to be perfect, but you got it done. And so I want to say kudos to you, congratulations, and I'm proud of you. Even though you've already done it and achieved it, I'm still proud of you, because that lets our listeners know that there's, to not let anything stop them from doing what they want to do. Like, they can still have those nerves, but you can overcome it as you go, like as you continue. And I often tell people, for myself too, I never knew that I was going to be winning, these awards, because it was never in my mindset to do it, but it was in my heart to impact lives. It was in my heart to impact lives, to overcome their obstacles, as we were talking about, overcome your fears, overcome those life situations that were holding you back. And I even I use the words to empower, inspire, and encourage, them. I say to leap into their greatness. And so, Patricia, we like sisters. I'm telling you, we are.
Congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So now I'm going to put you in this hot seat and let you tell me and some of the listeners some about your highlights and your achievements that you have done over the years. I know we talked about Toastmasters, so I'm so excited about that. But give us some of the other highlights over the years as you've been on this journey.
One of the things that I'm very disciplined in habits and managing money. At 34, I'm now 35, and 100% debt free. I love personal finance. Thing that I love to inspire and teach others to do the same. I feel like it's so important for us to know how to save and spend money. And now I'm at the phase where I'm learning how to invest. But that budgeting down pack.
Yeah. And that is really, really big. Growing up, my mom, just watching her being a single mom, I don't even think that we really had any lessons, but my sister and I, we developed a lot of good techniques on how to save and how to, you know what I'm saying, not spend, not, get these big, large debts. I don't even think we could get credit cards until like, even when we could get them after we were 18, I don't think we got them like right then. I think we waited because we didn't want to. We had already had in our mind that we're going to purchase only what we can pay for. And we weren't going to, have all this extra debt. And so to be 100% debt free, I want to say congratulations. And if you got a class, sign me up.
Very much.
I want to teach my boys. I have 2 young boys, and I want to teach them how to, be well with, with finances and how to make sure, because I do the best I can to teaching them, like what I know. I bought some books and things, but that's a good thing to be able to say that you're debt free. Is that student loans as well?
Student loans, car, home, no, nothing. No debt. And I try to, and really I'm at a pay in full. If I can't pay it in full, I can't afford it. That's where I'm at now, because I want to save that money to invest. I'm no longer putting my money liabilities and car payments. So even right now, I'm saving up money to buy a vehicle. And that very much aware that, that car payment that I used to have, I couldn't afford that car. Even though I was making my payments every month, it was still too expensive. Because if I can't pay it in full, then I can't afford it. And that's my mentality right now. Because the more liabilities we have, the more payment plans we have, the more we're not saving money and putting that money into investing.
Exactly. And I love that you say investing, because I'm dabbling a little bit, but I know years back, I used to have some stock and I was a more conservative investor. But that's one of the things now that I want to, get back into it. I do have some stock. And so those are one of the things that I'm going, but learning how to save and budget is one of the things that I'm excited about, because I do want that financial freedom to be able to take my children on trips, and for us to be able to do things and know that we can afford them and we're not taking from Peter to pay Paul. And so I know how important it is to, to make sure that you have that money set aside. And also, like you said, you pay what you can spend. You pay in full, or you make sure that you take care of your responsibilities. So congratulations to you. And that is an amazing achievement, Patricia. And I know everyone that's listening, folks, we're going to make sure that we can do what we need to do, get our budgets together, only buy what we can afford, and the rest of it just window shop, and don't be spending all that money.
Yeah.
Right. So I do wanted to ask you, what are some things that you do outside of business? Because, we always are focused on our businesses. I mean, I do work a 9-to-5, and I also have, my nonprofit. I have, which is called Planting Positive Seeds. And some of the proceeds, from people donating from this show goes to the different things that I do for my nonprofit for girls over the world. I usually give self-care kits, survival personal development kits. We have annual scholarships and things that we do for graduates out of high school. And so I love doing things like that. And then I have LaDonna Marie Books, which is I have 11 books today. At the end of this month, I'll have 12 that I've wrote personally, but I've co-authored probably about 15 plus. So I've been writing these books since the age of 14. So that's all of that. But like we said earlier, I started looking into some fun things. And so that's what I want you to share with us, because like you said, we need to have some time and some fun in between. So what do you do in between?
I love whenever I can. But right now, because I'm trying to focus on saving to invest, I find things that are affordable to do. But I love to just try things, just explore my own city. I live in Baltimore. So I just went to the harbor and just going for a walk. I'm a very simple person, easy to please. So, anything just brings me joy. But it's just like, take a break, take a break from your business and do something that makes you happy. For me, taking a nice, I say my spa bath, because I put bubble bath and flowers, light my candles, I put on my music, and it's like, for me, fun is also self-care. When I take time to get a manicure and pedicure, go to get a massage, whatever you like to do, you have to make time for it. Because for me, all work and no fun, it makes me very dull and unhappy.
Exactly. And those are some good things to do. I mean, I'm one of those persons too. I don't have to have, lavish things to do. Self-care for me sometimes is just being able to binge watch some movies, because I often say my mind is always going. I really always have a pen and a pad close to me, because I'm going to write down whatever I hear. I've just been trained like that since the age of 14 to just be ready, have the pen of a ready writer. And so I'm always on the go. But in the last couple of weeks, the Lord has really been saying that I need to rest. I needed to rest. And so I've even invested for me and my children. I bought me some rollerblades. I used to, skate back in the day when I was younger, and I told my kids, they make fun of me, telling my mom, you can't skate. I was like, I was skating before you was born. So I can, and I know there's gonna be something for me to get from behind my desk at home, because I leave a desk at work and then I come here, take a little bit of a break, and then I get right back to it. But the skating is something that will help me to take a break. And then the self-care you talked about, self-care is very important. And so I at the same time, I do go outside and I take just walks to look at the clouds, do me a couple deep breathing. Music, I love listening to music. And I'm going to try me some spa baths, just some nice baths. I usually will go to a spa when, we could go out, a lot. So those are some things, but, mostly for me, I love the fact, like you said, like getting your manicure, pedicure. I got a pedicure probably the last time I went, and it was just to be able to sit, there and just relax. No, I didn't have to rush anywhere. I didn't have no pending appointments. And so listeners, we're talking to you, take time to have some fun, take time to relax, take time to not only, do things, but just, care about your mental and, let it be a holistic self-care. And so I'm excited about that. I know you also talked about, you wrote an elephant in Thailand?
Yes. So I love wild animals. So I wrote an elephant in Thailand, and it was amazing. It was scary, because I have a fear of heights. Mm-hmm. And these elephants are unpredictable. But I had such an amazing time. I had a chance to bathe the elephant.
Wow.
Fed the elephants. It was really, really just an amazing time. I also rode a camel in Mexico.
That is awesome. So I love the fact that you take these amazing trips. I mean, you're hiking in South Africa, and I would love to do, I would say that I would love to be a hiker. I haven't hiked anywhere yet, but I know even when I go to California sometimes, I always say that I want to go up one of those mountains, but most of the time I see the snow on top, and I know I don't really have clothes for that, but I want to hike. I want to, hike and do some things differently, like riding the animals. I know that my children would think that is so cool, because I want to take them to some of those places where you can feed the animals, driving in the car and the animals put their head in there. So I like to do things, because my boys are active, and I was a tomboy when I was their age. And so I didn't probably become a girly girl until I turned 16, and I wanted to get my nails done, and I wanted to, wear heels and stuff. And so, but I understand I have 2 boys, and so keeping them on their, P's and Q's and having fun with them is what's going to, keep our bond, as mothers and sons. And so you've done a lot of amazing things outside of, your business. And so thank you for at least, sharing that with us, because I'm going to aspire to ride an elephant one day.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
I'm gonna reach out to let you know because I definitely, want to do things like that just to broaden, your life and different things that you do. Because I've gone to Africa, but when I went to Africa, we went on a missions trip, and so it was amazing for us. We spent about 8 days in Kenya, Africa in 2019. And when I say I'm already humbled as a servant of the Lord, but I, just became even humbler. I was like, I know that's not a word, but I made one up because it's just they have an amazing eye for just the Lord and worship. And it was such an amazing time. And, I even got to preach over there. I got a chance to speak to the young girls. I basically took my nonprofit, I carried it with me and just spoke to them how I would speak to the girls over here in United States. And so it was an amazing opportunity just to be able to go outside of the country to see how they live and also pick up some of their traditions and different things that they do. And so just being able to travel outside of, United States has been amazing for me and pick up some different things along the way. So thank you for sharing, the things that you do while you're not busy working on your businesses. And so I want you to share, we didn't talk about your book. I want you to share the name of your book and then just any final thoughts that you want to share with the listeners.
Yes, I am a coach. The visionary is Dr. Woods, and the title of the book is Women Inspiring Nations, Volume 3. And it's
congratulations.
I'm sorry, what you say?
I say congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so it's a collection of stories about overcoming. And the title of my chapter was Overcoming Grief, Loss, and Tragedy, which I lost on my grandmother. She was very close to me. That was my best friend, confident, my everything. So that was another moment where I had to use pain and turn that into purpose. So although I was grieving and hurt, I wanted to share my journey of how I really went through the stages of grief, depression, denial, to the point like, okay, I've always been an encourager, positive, but it's just like, okay, now I'm down because it's like, what am I going to do now? Because I come from a dysfunctional family and my grandmother, like, that was my family, and now she's. So I had to really rely on my faith. Yeah, I'm a Christian. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to share that because I know that I'm not the only one. So I always show up for the one. It's someone who had a similar situation or will have a similar situation, and they need to know that, yes, you may have lost the closest person to you, but if you use that pain and turn it into purpose, and not even if you can't do that, to know that eventually you will be okay. Because I wanted to know, what am I going to do now? Will I be okay? Will I be able to smile again? Can I enjoy life the way I did again? And it's just like, yes, you can. You are not alone. Things will get better. And, God willing, my family dynamics are getting better with other family members. So God is working it out. I just wanted to share my journey with that because it's quite a journey.
Yeah. And, I'm sorry for your loss. And I know how you feel because I've lost some people. I know I've always loved hard. And so I've lost some people who were close to me. And I wrote a poem, probably in one of my books. I had a professor when I was in getting my second master's, and she was really close. She was stern, but she always never wanted us to be mediocre. And so she made sure that she pushed us to be and to give all that we could. And when she passed, it took me for a loop because here we were studying to get our professional counseling degree. And they were teaching us how to recognize these things in other people. And, we were, telling people, well, you might need to check on her. You might need to check on her. And, they kind of didn't really was like, no, she's okay. It's a part of her who she is. She kind of keeps to herself, and she went home on one Monday, and on a Wednesday she didn't come back, and that hurt like no ever. She was, I was graduating the next year, that same year, and she wasn't at my graduation, and I could just feel the sting because I had known her, for almost 2.5 years throughout my study. So I understand, and so I had written a poem, and I put it in a book. Because when I thought about her, I was just like, it was grief. And I was going through grief because I was like, wow, how can you be so close to someone? You can see all the signs, and then it's like you can't really do anything. You try, but you can't do anything. And so that was one of the experiences, that I felt having somebody close to you. And so I put it in a book too. And it helped me to release it, but it also helped me to, just understand that, we all do go through things, and that we will overcome it, and continue to, go through and grow through, and then share moments. And so thank you for, putting yours in a book so that someone else can read how you overcame and your moments, so that they can, use them and attach it to something that's going on in their life, and it can motivate them to dig deeper and to move forward, to feel the feeling, but to choose the action. And so thank you again for sharing that. If you have any, final thoughts that you want to share with the others, you can let them know how to get in contact with you or anything. This is your time to shine, Patricia.
I want to thank you again for allowing me to. You can find me on Instagram at TrishBB9, or my business page at Go Patty Brand, Facebook Patricia Barnes & Noble.
All right. Well, I am so excited. I'm so thankful that I had a chance to, have you on the podcast. I know that the listeners are going to, be in for a treat. And, once again, thank you for being a nurse. Thank you for what you do for others. Thank you for, helping others with their personal development, letting them know that they can overcome their fears and walk forward into life. Thank you for just living life and, having fun and taking it by the elephant ears and going forward. and just having, been a great time in life. But it's been amazing, this show today. I hate to leave, but thank you so much. I'll have you back again. Anytime you want to come back, feel free to just reach out and come back so that you can grace our listeners with more information about what's going on with you and your journey. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So everyone, we thank you for coming in and listening. Be sure to stay tuned every Monday at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, and make sure that you bring your friends. And you can also drop us a message on the podcast. Just go on to Anchor on the page and hear something that you like, or you just want to, give a shout out. Make sure you just drop it in and leave a message. This is LaDonna Marie. Thank you for visiting Planting Positive Seeds podcast with Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie. Have a blessed night, everyone.
I have gained so many valuable lessons from my experiences. In writing Things I Wish I Knew, Letters to My Little Sisters is a collection of heartfelt conversations with young girls and young adults all over the world, helping them to be prepared for things ahead. Hey everybody, it's LaDonna Marie, internationally multi-award-winning author, speaker, and personal development life coach of LaDonna Marie Books, where my mission is to discover the champion in you through healing and changing the narrative in your life, one book at a time. You can shop and find out more information at www.ladonnamarie.org and check out the shop page. This has been another purpose-packed episode of Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie, a Planting Positive Seeds podcast. Please remember to like, share, and tell your friends about the podcast. Stay tuned for many more Inspirational Talks with LaDonna Marie.